How's it, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Build With Us. Today we're going to be looking at the Blowback rig. Now, those of you that watched last week's video, you'll see it's very similar to that rig. The only difference is, instead of the silicon tube, we're going to be adding a rig ring. So firstly, we're going to start with our coated braid once again. And we're going to strip off a piece of the coating. Once again, I go about 8.5 centimeters. And we're going to tie a little loop for the bait. Now once again, you can tie this by hand or do what I do and use a baiting needle. Just makes it so much easier. And over our spike. Now a lot of guys have different knots for tying on a bait ring. What I found to be the easiest is just to slide it down the line, and we're gonna do a nice overhang knot, and we're gonna set it at whatever length you prefer. On a size 4 hook, I normally like to go about 2.5 centimeters. And now from here on, we're going to slide once again from the back of the hook. And we're simply going to place the rig ring on like this. And once you've placed it on, now is a good idea to decide where you want that barb or that ring to be. And I place mine just below the barb, as you can see there. And then we're going to do normal knotless knot. 6 turns. Once again through the back of the eye. Pull it tight, make sure it's lying on the back of the hook. And now we're going to place our shrink tube over the hook eye. And we'll be back in a second. Alright, and now that we've steamed it, once again, you'll see we just extended the same angle as the eye of the hook. No need to bring it in and close it down. And now we're simply going to place our anti-tangle sleeve on. And now we can tie it to the length that we prefer. I'm going to go 20 centimeters. And once again, we're going to do an overhand loop. A little bit of saliva, tension it, trim it, and pull the anti-tangle sleeve over. There you go. So now let's look at a easy bait presentation for a rig like this. And for this, I'm going to be using a orange Skydam lifter, and we're going to be placing this on the baiting needle first, and then tiger nut, and now we're going to place our bait stop. And as you've noticed, this is something that I normally struggle with, even on the bank. So all I like to do is just take the spike, open up that knot again. There we go. Make life much easier. And there you go, guys. When you're fishing it, hopefully with your presentation correctly, the tiger nut and the fake maize or the Skydam lifter, whichever you prefer to use, will just hover off of the bottom. The rig itself will lie flat. That's it, guys. Thank you very much for watching this week's episode with Build With Us.